Hey, good morning.
Good morning. How are
Good morning.
you?
Great, great. Welcome everybody to the Western New York Real Estate Show. I'm Chuck Flynn here at Howard Hanna Ronacoy, joined as
I'm Lisa
always
Avery
with
here in
Lisa.
Hamburg, New York.
Fantastic. Uh, so if this is gonna be fun, I'm so excited to talk about what we're gonna talk about today because it's happy. Like we had a great experience.
Yes.
We're gonna call this one of our Hannah High Five shows. I love it.
Yes. Chuck, don't.
But wait. Oh yeah, high five. I forgot. Wait. Oh, my camera. Nah, I can't do it. High five this
All
way,
right.
this way. High 10. Hey, but before we get to Hannah High Five, it's September. What is September?
September is safety month. We like
Safe.
to say
Mhm.
realtor safety, but truly it's safety for everyone because realtors are people too. So human safety month.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Realtor Safety Month. Yeah. So, but
Yes.
safety of kids going back to school got to be safe, right?
Yeah.
Getting to school, getting home from school. Thank you to all the bus drivers out there. Oh my gosh, you guys are the best. I always feel so good when I pass a bus driver and I see that person driving, and maybe I need to start giving do a high five,
True.
as we're so.
Yes.
Yeah, Hannah high five to all the school bus drivers out there.
Yes.
Cool. Let them know how
Yes.
much you appreciate them. Send them a thank you note.
It's very nice. I like that. I like that thought. Um, and I like that today's show, in a way, it's our Hannah high five, but it's also some follow-ups, right? So
Hmm.
we want to talk about a quick safety thing first, or do we want to go into our big high five?
Before we do that, actually, I just want to ask anyone if you're watching the show, put in the comments, who you are, where you're watching from. Let us know. We love to hear from our audience. If you've got a question about anything safety related, real estate safety related, let us know. We'll we as we always say, no question, no question left behind, no comment,
Mhm.
no comment, no comment left behind. So yeah, let us know where you're coming from and yeah, get on, and we're
Great.
getting right on with it.
Great. So, in a way, this is a Hannah high five, and it's also a follow up. So, those of you who have watched for a while or paid attention, you may remember back in April,
Hmm.
we were both Chuck and I were at HannahCon down in Orlando, which was an amazing experience. And one of the great parts of that is what we call our vendor village, our
Hmm.
all of our Hannah connections, all the tools and services that we can use as realtors to help out our clients, our customers, and truly ourselves. So, a couple of the businesses that we talked to there, and we talked with them live on our show, we're actually using. So, one was Ask the Agent, which now has Ask the Broker, which I have just started using. So, we're going to use that on a future Hannah How To because I am still learning it.
Okay.
The other one we did was through our partnership with HSA. Our particular account rep, Joel Bollinger, talked to us about the Next Door program, or excuse me, Front Door program. And so we want to talk a little bit about it, but I'm always the type of person, I'm not going to follow your recipe until you show me the finished product. And if I know that I want to make what it is this recipe is teaching. So we're going
Mm.
to have Chuck talk about his front door real life experience from this past weekend. Um, I think a lot of people, even though it's Labor Day weekend and we're celebrating workers, many of us work around the house. I know I did. And Chuck, you tackled a project on the house and you actually used Front Door. So why don't you tell us about
Yeah.
your experience, and then we'll tell people how they can have that same experience themselves.
Yeah. So, gosh, I don't know if anyone else there is like me, but I've been enjoying this summer. I think we've had a great, great summer weather-wise. So many beautiful days. It's just been so fantastic. And now I'm in a crunch to get those projects done before while it's still nice enough before it gets really cold but this was an indoor project and we're installing a new ceiling fan in our bedroom. And me and Kath in our bedroom, new ceiling fan. And this one, it's a lighted ceiling fan, and it's got some fancy baubles that hang from it that she likes. And and we've probably had it in the garage for sitting there for a month. And listen, I'm not an electrician. I've never been to trade school. I don't really remember doing electrical trade like in shop class growing up. We 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 uh we used the saws, and we did the tools, but we didn't do electric, right? So anyway, so I got to get this fan up, and I'm like, well, crap. Because the other one that was there was kind of complicated. It was a fan and a light, and the switch was two different switches, and each one had a dimmer, for brighter for the light, or faster or slower for the fan that you could control from the wall. And this new one that we got came with a remote control, and you're supposed to control everything through the remote control. You're really not supposed to control it through the wall outlet. The wall outlet is just supposed to toggle it on and off, and you do it all through the remote control. So that meant not only did I have to do the fan, but I also had to change out the wall paddle, from a complicated one down to a single pole, on off wall switch. And so great, right? I'm like, this will be easy, right? Boom, take it off. And then I look, and there's all these wires inside the wall. And I was like, well, thankfully I remembered to turn the electric off, so I was safe there. But when I looked at this mess of wires, and I didn't know which was which. I could see that there was two different main wires. One had, a ground, a black and a white, and the other one had the extra red. But I didn't know which was which, and how. I didn't really know how to make sense of it, which was probably the beginning of my problem. And so I go, I know this isn't right. So the next morning I thought, you know what? We did this front door back at HannaCon. And when I got back from HannaCon, I opened up, I bought an account for myself, and it was $25, and it's for unlimited support, live support for a project in your home. And I hadn't really used it yet. And I thought, wow, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need. Let me try it. So I opened up my app here, and let's see here, front, I'll show you. So front door. So it looks, let's see if I can get it. It looks kind of like this. There's a little toggle. There's the icon right up in the corner. So if you just type in front door in your app store, it's super easy to find. Download the app. You can also go onto their website, and the website, actually, I was going to share the website. I have the website up. I was going to share the website because let me see, share screen, front door. Here we go. Share. So, okay, let me change that just a little bit. All right. So if you'll notice on the website, it's really, now the thing is you don't log in through the website. It's just a website, but it has a blog, and it has these how-to tips, which are really fantastic. If you click on the how-to tips, 7 best homemade wood floor cleaners. Listen, if these tips are as good as the guy that helped me in 3 different service calls to get this thing worked out, amazing, right? So their website is great, but it really, the purpose of it is just to get you to the app.
Yeah. So Chuck, let's go back to talking about your experience this week.
Yeah.
We'll get into how.
Yeah. So here, I got to put this fan up, and I get my
in the night about
I get my
fixing your light, and
right?
you woke up and you went front door. You went
Front
shut
door.
the front door. I know what to do.
Right, front door. And so I open up my app, and the first thing it did is it said, well, what kind of project are you working on? And I said, okay, well, that's easy. It's an electrician. All right. I clicked on that. And then it gave me another menu of the main groups of different kind of electrical projects that you probably have in your house. A bathroom fan, a security system, putting in a doorbell, an attic exhaust fan, central vac, garage door opener. So I did, a ceiling fan. One of the options was ceiling fan. I said, there you go. That's what I'm putting in, a lighted ceiling fan. So I clicked on that. And then it said, get ready to connect with your electrical expert. What to expect. Unbiased help from a veteran home expert. Projects big and small. Well, this was a small project, I thought. So I go, boom, start video chat. And it connected me with Anthony. Anthony, he's located in Las Vegas. And we were connected in about less than 2 minutes. And he says, hey, Chuck, good morning. And, what you got going on? What are you doing? And I said, well, I'm trying to put up the ceiling fan. And, here's my outlet. And he goes, okay, well, here, go turn off the electric. Is the electric off? Yep, electric's off. Great. Okay. And so then he said, hey, do you have one of those little testers to test if a wire has current running through it or not? And I go, oh, you mean one of these? And he goes, yeah, that one of those. And I go, yeah, right here. Great. All right, start touching all the wires. So we start, it goes ding, ding, ding. So we start touching all the wires, and Unfortunately, as it turned out, it didn't quite, like, we couldn't really diagnose what was what from that. He goes, "Hey, do you got one of those voltage meters?" I go, "No, I don't have one of those." But you know what? My Ace Hardware is literally a quarter mile down the street, and I know everybody because I'm one of their best customers. So I went and I got one of these. I got my electric voltmeter. So then I get back to the back to the house, and he says, "All right, well, touch your black one to the ground and touch your red one to this wire." Okay. All right, nothing. Touch the red one to this one. All right, nothing. Touch your Oh, there you go. Okay, that's got the current running through it. Great. We've identified the wire that has the current. Great. Then he says, "Okay, now all right, so cap off those other ones and plug, turn these on here. Psh, you're good." Then we went up to the fan and we did the same thing. He said, "Here, hold it up to the thing and then, touch it to the different wires." Great. We identified which wires. He goes, "You know what? You've just got the single switch. You're going from a kind of like a complicated setup with the wall and the fixture to a really simple setup because you're going to use the remote control." So he showed me easily how to identify the wires, and once I got them identified and got the ones that I didn't need capped off and got them connected, plugged it in, and guess what? I flipped the switch, everything came on.
Yeah.
And I never would have, if I went to YouTube, like we compare this to YouTube a lot, right? YouTube is the how to thing. Anytime you want to learn to do something, boom, you go to YouTube, somebody's telling you how to do it. But for me to like go and find the right video that was specific to the type of setup I was trying to do, and let's not listen, when you're doing electrical, you got to be careful. Right? I mean, if I'm putting a floorboard in the floor or something and I miscut it, I can go cut a new one. If I make a mistake with the electrical, it could be a big problem.
Right.
So I felt great. I was very confident. Anthony knew, I could tell through the call that he was a professional, right? Like I could tell he knew exactly what he was talking about. And he was so patient with me.
Well,
Like,
and
and
Chuck,
he
what
was
I
so
love
patient, which
about
was amazing. I couldn't believe it. And I was asking, I was like, "Oh my God, he's like, "No, listen, we're good. Just keep going."
right. And I want to point out a few things because we've talked about this before, we're talking about it again now. And some of the things that really stand out in my mind is, like you started off, Chuck, saying it was $25, right?
Yep.
Not $25 an hour, not $25 a service call,
Right.
$25 a year, right? You
For
kind of,
unlimited support through the year. Like, and I
yeah.
guarantee you I got more than $25 on that one service call.
Well, and let's point out again a couple of things. First of all, you skipped a part where you said, "Hey, no, I need to go to Ace Hardware to pick up this tool," and
Yeah.
and Anthony said, "Okay, call me when you get back." Like,
Yeah.
so you left, you went, you got your stuff, you came back, you queued up the app again. You said, "No, I want to talk to Anthony. He's my
Yeah.
preferred electrical partner." And you waited for him to get back on the line.
So yeah,
The
when
other thing is we keep saying call, but I want to make sure everyone understands this is a video
yeah,
call, right?
it's a video
So
call. Yeah.
yeah,
Just like
so
this.
Anthony's not just saying like, "Oh, well, I think," Anthony's saying, "No, move the phone a little closer, tilt the camera this way, that way, so I can see
Right.
exactly what
Every
you're
once in a
doing."
while, he would say, "Here, go show that again." And he would take a snap. He could snap a picture of my screen. And then he would take his little red highlighter and he would circle, "Okay, I want you to do this wire. I want you to put a cap on it. This wire,
Yeah,
I want you to touch with the thing. Toggle these two wires together and put a cap on those." Um, it was really, the communication was so easy, really easy to understand. Um, and I was done with the project. Not only was I done for less money than if I had hired an electrician to come over and put the ceiling fan up for me, but I was done faster than if I had been trying to figure it all out myself and do it myself. Because I
right.
just had somebody telling me, "All right, do this, do this, do this." You
Yeah.
know?
And you know what I don't like about the YouTube videos is there's always going to be a commercial during the part where like you're really trying to pay
Oh,
attention. You know what
maybe,
I mean?
maybe
Like,
for you.
hey,
I pay for premium. I don't get YouTube commercials.
I pay for YouTube TV. I'm not paying for that other thing
Oh,
too.
I don't pay for that. I don't
Yeah.
have that. Wow. Okay.
But I think this is so, so huge. I know that we have people watching. I know that we have people who have used, oh, again, like Carolyn's asking, and we're going to click through it, Carolyn. It's called Front Door. So
Yep.
Front Door is a partnership, and maybe now's a good time for us to show this.
Yep.
So Front
And
Door,
just one more thing, just so you know, like when you're done with the call, I can go back into my account and
oh yes,
the video of the call, I can open up that video and go back to any particular point and watch it again if I want to watch it. If I want to, if I need to go back, oh, what did I do there? I have access to that recorded video call. And I didn't even know that was like that I was going to have that access. That was a surprise.
it's huge. And I mean, it's almost like, if something's free or if it's too cheap, you think it doesn't have value, right? Like, and
Yeah.
this is one of those things where it's like, you want to say, no, seriously, for $25. And it's like, yes. So Front Door, we get it through our partnership with HSA. But it's just as easy as downloading the app. So Chuck, you were talking about the difference between the website and the app.
Yeah.
You're really going to use this as the app.
All through
Again,
the app.
includes these unlimited video chats. You could have, and you know what, I do think it is similar to our home warranty. People say if you use the warranty once, you almost always use it a second and a third time because you realize how easy it is.
Mhm.
And now I would imagine, Chuck, if something else comes up in the house, maybe it's plumbing, maybe it's something.
We gotta change out the ceiling fan in the bathroom.
Yeah,
So
right.
guess,
Now
and that
you're
was the very first
more confident.
bathroom fan was the first option in the electrical section. So that tells me that, you know what? And that tells me I'm not alone. There's a lot of people that need to change out that bathroom fan. How many times do we go into a house, we're looking at a house and we turn the bathroom fan on and sometimes it doesn't always sound so good. Those fans get clogged up real easy.
Right.
So, um, here you go. Change it out.
Yep.
Easy.
And now again, part of this partnership because they're putting it out, and so Joel, this is a presentation from Joel, our guy at HSA, and this also can be helpful for realtors, right? So now
Mhm.
let's say, Chuck, you're working in real estate, you're doing a final inspection, and maybe the buyer, the seller, neither one. Maybe they do or don't have a warranty. Maybe they do or don't have this app, but you could call it in, right? You
Mhm.
could say, hey, you know what? This hot water tank isn't heating up well enough. I want to see if there's a minor thing. Now, again, realtors, don't be taking apart electrical boxes on final inspections, right? Like, don't overstep your knowledge. But maybe you could help that way and just see if there's something that we can do. Maybe you're going to give this as a closing gift, right? I'm going to give this to all of my purchasers that they're going to have this service for a year in case there are any little challenges. I love that you didn't just say, oh, some guy on the phone. It was like, no, Anthony, my electrician friend in Las Vegas, right? Like if you have another problem, I'll bet you're going to be asking for him.
I put a star on him, so he's easy for me to find because they get it that you get in relationship with the person who's helping you. You can't
Right.
help but that, And the next time I have my ceiling fan, now maybe I want to try another person just, because I'm kind of a guinea pig for Hannah here, right?
Yeah.
So, but I could go back to Anthony and Anthony's probably going to say, "Hey Chuck, like cuz you're in visual with this person and talking with them. In my case, this was for a couple hours.
And Chuck, he was in your house,
He was
right? So to
right.
speak, he's like, hey, how's, and I'll bet his first question will be, how are you enjoying the fan? How's it
Yep.
working? Right.
Right.
He's going to
Right.
want to know
Yeah.
what happened. Um, you
So
know, and
this I
just,
can't believe it was only 20. I can't believe it was only $25. I got way more value than $25 out of
yeah,
this service on my very first session. And if I'd known it was this easy, I probably would have done the fan over a month ago. And I have other things, if you want to
right.
change out that garbage disposal in your bathroom sink or your kitchen sink, and you need help with it.
Yeah.
If you need to change the dishwasher, maybe
Yep.
I'll bet they could do that. It said I remember when we were in Hanna at HannaCon, they said, literally there's no limit. They go, they'll guide you through changing out your furnace if you want.
Wow.
And that was kind of, yeah, that was like, whoa. But uh, most people we don't change out furnaces almost ever. So, but the thing, putting a new GFCI in, or buying, like you said, buying a house and changing out an older GFCI, or maybe on the exterior of the house. A lot of times those exterior plugs that are rated for outdoors, but
Yeah.
they just don't last forever, right? Because they're
No.
outdoors. So changing that out, I mean, that they'll completely walk you through that. And it's electric. Turn off the electric to the house. You can't hurt yourself if the electric is turned off.
Right.
And then electric hasn't changed a whole lot in decades. It's AC/DC. It was invented 100 years ago. It's not like other things that have gotten so complicated that you really need to be specific. If you've got a professional who gets it and knows what they're doing, they can walk you through it. That's what
Well,
we did.
I think, it's just an amazing, and it's these types of things where you hear about it, and I'm going to leave this up on here for a second, and we'll definitely attach this in the chat so you can make it even easier to download the app. But it's just it's such a great tool that you hear about it, but until we have an experience like you had, Chuck,
Mhm.
I don't know that we always totally appreciate
Mhm.
how great the product is, right?
Yeah.
But it's just an amazing tool. And I certainly hope that people out there, I've been in my house 7 years, and there are two lights I still need to switch out. And every once in a while I get, shopping online, or I go to the store and I think, oh, I'd really love to change these lights. But then you think, all right, am I really going to pay and have it done? And am I going to try to do it myself? But I think you've
Mhm.
motivated me, Chuck. I
I
think
see it's a homework assignment. You're gonna
by the end of the year, I'm not going to go crazy and say I'm doing it this month, but it's been 7 years, Chuck. I should get 2 more months. I have to pick the light first. But anyway, so thank you for trying this out for us, for giving us the experience. I think it's really huge. If you have questions about front door, if you have questions about the warranty, we're also
Yeah.
going to tag Joel in here. And if you have questions about it, he can certainly answer for you. But this is an awesome tool that I think is just such a great idea. And we appreciate
I'm
HSA
s
for
I'm
offering this to us.
Yeah. Honestly, I almost can't wait to do the next improvement, right? Like, because it's just so helpful. The experience was so nice. You have someone right there guiding you through it, completely patient, not, they're there from blah, blah, blah time till blah, blah, blah time.
Well, I
I'm
think
sure they'd rather be in conversation with somebody doing something than sitting there,
yeah.
waiting, because it's not like they're on a job and then they go, "Oh, my phone just buzzed." They have to stop the
No,
job they're on to go do this. So they're there to help everyone who's subscribed to the service. This is it was incredible. It was absolutely incredible.
that's
Um,
great. That's
so
great.
I'm just
All
looking at
right.
the different options here. Like you could in electrical. So mine was a ceiling fan and a light fixture together, but those could be separate. You need to change out. Maybe
I
you've
just
got
need to do a ceiling light, a
ceiling. Oh
semi-flush
yeah, a light
down
fixture. A
ceiling
light
light.
fixture. You would click on light fixture. What about you're in a house and you painted your house, and now you want to change from ivory to, the lighter color white, or the darker, or like you want to change all your outlets because they don't match anymore, right?
Mhm.
So here you go, outlet. You just tap on outlet and somebody would walk you through changing out all those outlets from the old outlet to the new one.
Hmm.
Fuse box. I mean, if you want to do a repair, if you've got maybe something's double tapped and you need to put in, you need to separate those wires into different fuses, you could click on fuse box and an electrician will walk you through making that improvement to your fuse box.
I have a plug that doesn't work. Will it help me? Can I swap a plug?
Yes.
That's scary.
Outlet. That would be an outlet, right? You're talking about an outlet where you
Yeah,
plug something
yeah,
in, a plug
right.
out. Yeah. Yeah. That's right on here.
Do they give you a list of what equipment you need, or will they tell me that I'll go to the store, come back, and call them back?
So I mean, before I got on the thing, because I was, I had looked at the directions for the light switch. So I had gotten out the tools. I had some wire strippers. I had some needle nose pliers, um, screwdrivers, blah, blah, blah. Like I had my tools out. So if you're doing an outlet, you're going to need a flat nose screwdriver. flathead screwdriver, and probably some pliers. And that's really all you should need.
Okay. Put it on the list.
Okay. I can't wait to hear your story. This is going to be awesome. Can't wait. Our houses are going to be.
We'll find out if front door has ever hung up on someone.
I asked him about, because I was really interested in this, and because there's this amazing, some people know the story of Zappos, and their customer service and how legendary it is, and how Tony Hsieh, the late Tony Hsieh, how he directed the company to embrace those customer service calls. And they weren't timed on how soon they could get off the call. And the record for the longest customer service call was 8 hours. And yeah, it was 8 hours, and it's bananas. And he said, but here's the thing, when we're in conversation with our customers, we have a chance to create relationship. And I know that if we put that time into that conversation, we'll have customers for life. Right. So same thing with realtors. When we get in phone conversation with our clients, the more we do that, we have customers for life. So,
that's awesome.
I asked him about that. He said the longest calls he thinks was around 3.5 hours. But I think if you had added all my calls together, because I had all these problems in the beginning with identifying the wires, and I needed to go out and get that thing. So full disclosure, I did have to go to Ace Hardware twice, because the first time I bought this tool at Ace, when I got home to use it, the one that I bought was defective. So then I went back to Ace and I said, Brad, I think this is defective. Here, test it. He tried to test it. He owns the store. He goes, yeah, this thing's busted. Here, it's going in the garbage. Here's a new one. We tested it and it worked perfectly. And that's what, so that was another.
Yeah.
Thing. So it was, I don't know. It was fun. It was kind of fun.
Cool.
It was kind of fun. All right. Cool.
Okay. So my other topic is another follow-up, and it comes in Realtor Safety Month. So last year I took a course, and realtor safety is woven into a lot of what we talk about and what we do, because it's important for everyone to stay safe.
Of course.
And in the past, I have had pepper spray, right? I used to manage apartment buildings, and you'd sometimes be there a lockout 2 a.m, right? Like you gotta be safe. But if you're carrying pepper spray, like if I walk up to meet you and I've got pepper spray in my hand, that could be considered a little aggressive. Right? You might be like, hey, I don't know you either. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
But if I'm a realtor and I'm showing a house and I have a flashlight in my hand, that's not aggressive at all, is it? No. So I ordered this flashlight. It arrived on September 1st, the first day of Realtor Safety Month. And you can see it even has like a little red light.
Okay.
And then it has a low light. And then it has a high light. It's a very nice, fancy. Okay. It comes in black or white. Okay. But the interesting thing about it is not only is it a flashlight, but it is also a taser. So, but did you see it? Like, it's so easy.
I'm just kidding. That's a clap. That tase away. You need to be, if somebody needs to be tased, just tase them.
It's a very simple button right here. Okay. Now, if you want to activate the taser feature, though, it's a little bit more complicated. Okay. There's a protective cover. You have to slide it up. And when you slide it up, then you see the little bolt symbol. And that means that the taser is active.
Okay.
And then there's a little trigger at the bottom.
Okay.
Right. So if you ever felt that you were in danger, you're carrying your flashlight, you can just easily slide that up, and then you would press that button.
Right. So would you do like, this is terrible. This is a serious topic. Serious. Yeah. Would be like, hey, look over, show me that thing over there. And when the person is distracted, tase them.
All right. I'm not going to, I hope I never ever use this.
We never want to use it. Never.
I hope I use the flashlight all the time. Right.
And listen, and it's not just for women, men. No. It's for every, listen, men are vulnerable too. Right. Just, so no, that's awesome. So you're going to get front door, and you're going to fix your light fixture, and I'm going to get one of those.
Yeah. This was the recommendation to me. Okay, I'm not going to tell you I did a million and one research on
Mhm.
the best taser flashlight
Yeah.
combinations, but someone else did, and they
Mhm.
taught the class. So Taser Strike Light 2 is the one I have, $169 on Amazon, or
Okay.
you can go to their own website as well. They have a website. It comes
Yeah.
with a lot of information and training, and just scenarios, right? Like this is not your, uh, you know, but it's handy. You can keep it in your car. You can keep it in your house.
Mhm.
And it's, or they said walking. If I'm walking in a place I don't feel safe,
Mhm.
I can certainly carry. And frankly, I like to have a flashlight when I'm walking my dog at night anyway, so I don't trip. So
Oh, yeah.
again, and when this thing is covered, there's no accidental tasing happening. You
Good.
have to, and it doesn't slide super easy. It's a hefty push to get it open. So you should not accidentally tase anyone,
Good. Well, that's good.
right?
Another reason front door is such a valuable, great option because you're getting remote support. That person's not in your personal space. You're
Exactly.
not calling some, who knows who. I mean, hopefully you're getting a local service from someone who's come recommended, but who knows,
Yeah.
right? I mean, so that's again that's I think another value to front door that they're just there and you're there and it's totally safe. But
Right.
but no, I love that tool. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. And I could really use a nice flashlight. We got to
Right.
stop using our cell phone lights when we're looking at stuff inside houses.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a USB charge, right? So as long as you're charging it
Yeah.
up periodically, USB-C, I guess, right? The
Yeah.
latest and greatest. So keep it charged and ready. You don't have to worry about replacing batteries. But
Keep it popping.
well, that our
Oh, that's
next
the
in
funniest.
person, I'm gonna have to try this. You can be our guinea pig to see how much it hurts.
Yeah, I gotta know. Honestly, that's just my personality. I really do gotta know.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tase myself. Um, no, but I'll
Yeah.
tase you, Chuck.
Perfect.
All right, I think that calls for the end of the show.
I think you're right. I think that's a good final thought. I just can't. Yeah. Next show, I'll be getting tased. All right.
Yeah,
Cheers,
that's
everybody.
exciting. Hey, that reminds me, we have a Bills
Yeah.
party coming up in October.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Bill's party at Frankie Primo's. Get your tickets.
Yes.
I invited everybody in my fantasy football league. We had our draft on last Sunday over on Jenny Lane in Lancaster, and yeah, I said, hey, this is gonna be a super fun party. None of those guys are realtors. I go, who cares?
Yeah.
It's a super fun Bills party. It's a great ticket for a great cause. So
Yes.
we should have 500 people there.
Yes, it is awesome. And in fact, we love it when people don't talk about real estate at a party.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Right.
Yes.
Exactly. All right.
All right.
There's another great thought. We have all these great closes. All right. Closing it out. All right. I'll see you next Wednesday. Cheers.